To me, I think number one, it would be to remain victim-centered and to be respectful. They have gone through more than you have ever imagined, and there are things that they will never tell you. So don't ever make an assumption when you're working with someone in later life. Always be open to hear between the lines.
Listen with an open heart always. You may hear different stories and they may be similar, but they're not the same. Truly, older adult victims and elder victims of abuse are the authors of their story. And essentially, you're just a bystander to what is going on, right? You need to listen, have patience, know that most people will not leave those situations. Victims, older adult victims, truly do not want to leave their homes. They don't want to leave their families. They want abuse to end. They want their families to heal. And they want to have a place where generational wealth is true, that generational wealth is love, their family's ability to grow beyond the pain and for them to move beyond this situation. You don't know everything. And the reason why you do not know everything, because it's not your story, it's their story.
So many times in graduate school, other places, people are taught, here's how this system works, here's how we do things, here's the script. Police are taught a script for how to do an intervention. Social workers have a script, others, counselors. But when you're scripting, you're not listening. And if you're not listening, you might not hear the most subtle or most important cues about what's important to that person. In ministry training and chaplain training, there's a phrase, I love it, and I'm going to share it because I think it can be used in any profession, and it's called non-anxious presence. And when you give a non-anxious presence, you're simply listening very intently with your body, with your eyes, to what it is the person is saying, and you're throwing out of your brain what your own script or your prescription about what should be happening or how even reacting. You're just being there for them. That is the best gift you can give anybody, because when you do that, they know they're heard, they know they're seen, and hopefully you will hear those cues that let you know what's most important to them so that you can give them the best service.
I think the important piece about being an experienced advocate when it comes to training with older adults is that you do know how to do that deep listening work to build rapport and to offer that space to people as they share their really vulnerable narratives. It means that you can set aside your own judgments and your own pre-assumptions and just hold that narrative in a really sacred space for the older adult who may have gone through many systems workers before and not experienced necessarily the deep care that I think experienced advocates can offer. Again, I think looking at the complexity of these relationships, recognizing there's a whole person here with a whole history, that deep and really gentle listening is so vital, and let the thread kind of play out and understand that every piece of information that they're sharing with you does have some resolution that they hope for attached to it. So they are the ones identifying their goals. They are the ones confessing the deepest hurts. So I think that's really important for service providers to set aside their goals and to set aside their assumptions and really just create that space to be listened.
I try not to assign my own words to an experience. I may not come up with my own language. I may solicit what they mean if they're describing something that they've experienced. That may not necessarily be the appropriate or technical term. I may not use language like rape. I may not use language like sexual assault. I may use the language that the adult survivor is more comfortable with. And if that means that they are perhaps talking around a particular event, I will use the language when appropriate that they use with me. What I've found is when I do that, that language may also change over time based on that older survivor's comfort level. Again, I think it's pacing myself and making sure that I'm moving in a direction that they're comfortable with based on the language that they assign. Because if I use language that may be very technical, even if it's appropriate, it may not be appropriate for that survivor that's before me.
You have to fail a lot, and I still put my hoof in my mouth, and it's just the nature of things. How are we going to grow if we don't? I try to stay, I'm curious, right? And I think that's really an important gift to bring to the table is practice curiosity. Be eager to learn. Ask all these questions. Take your time. These stories are amazing. Everybody's story is amazing.